Thank you very much, Vala and Mr. Minister Diajani. First of all, let me say a big thank you for inviting us to be part of this forum, because I would agree that you cannot miss Danube when discussing Balkan and Black Sea. It's an opportunity for us because the Danube Commission is more and more engaged in international cooperation in order to tackle all these important issues that were discussed during these two days. I was missing actually the discussion during the yesterday panel, but it was good to hear the conclusions and the issues that were raised, the question that were raised yesterday. Are we enough cooperating to solve and tackle these problems? Are enough funds available to do this? Do we have enough political and economical step to achieve these results? We are the organization that would like to contribute in solving that issues in that sense, and that's why, once again, thank you very much for inviting us, and be sure that we will be very happy to be part again in this discussion on this particular platform. Of course, Danube, it's a very important because together with the Rhine, the Danube links the North Sea with the Black Sea over a length of 3,500 kilometers via the Rhine-Main-Danube Canal, connecting the Black Sea with the industrial centers of Western Europe and the port of Rotterdam. We are an international intergovernmental organization established by the Convention regarding the regime of the navigation on the Danube, signed in Belgrade in 1948. That's a 70 years old organization with a long tradition, a lot of experience and expertise that hopefully can be used also in the future. But more than that, we based our work, and the Danube itself relies on a long historical experience on regulating navigation on the Danube River as it continues the work of the European Danube Commission, established under the Paris Treaty in 1856, and the International Danube Commission established in 1921. Very briefly, I have prepared some slides to explain what exactly we do, why the international cooperation is important, what are the projects that are implemented currently by the Danube Commission, a few things about the modernization of the Danube Commission, and certain conclusions that I would like to mark on this particular event. Sorry. These are the member states of the Danube Commission. It's Austria, Bulgaria, Croatia, Germany, Hungary, Republic of Moldova, Serbia, Slovakia, Romania, Russia, Ukraine. But as it was said before, it's more than just the river states. It's about the region that are connected in a way by the Danube River. So we have also the interest of some observer states that take part in the works of the Commission and would like to become a full-fledged member. These are France, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Turkey, Cyprus, Greece, Montenegro, Belgium, former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and Georgia. We, as an organization, we serve as a platform for connecting the opinions and a tool for intensification of the decision-making process. In practice, this is of extreme importance, both for the full European transport system and for the private companies. The general task, as described by the IO Convention, is that we prepare the general plan of the works that are made on the basis of the proposal presented by the Danubian states. We perform activities in order to unify the rules for the river surveillance on the Danube. We coordinate the hydrometeorological services on the Danube. We harmonize and we do a lot of work within the expert group in order to harmonize the inland navigation rules and to establish a uniform system of standards on the whole navigable part of the Danube. That's a signal and pilot services system. We collect from the member states the statistical data in order to assure the professional publication that are available to main stakeholder. We, in principle, what it is our intention is connected to the creation of a unified navigation system of inland waterways in Europe. With consideration of this goal, the priority areas of the Commission work are focused on harmonizing and providing mutual recognition of the basic regulatory documents required for the navigation of the Danube and other section of the unified navigation system. With a view to ensure this integration, the Commission, and that will be the next slide, it's about the international and the multilateral cooperation of the Danube Commission. We actively cooperate with relevant international bodies involved in different aspects of inland waterway transport, such as the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the Central Commission for Navigation on the Rhine, the Sava Commission, the Mosel Commission, the European Commission. We aim to further strengthen this cooperation with the European Commission, notably in the area of the TNT corridor structure on the basis of a long-term partnership agreement. We actively participate in the recent governance instrument like CESNI in order to ensure a high-quality inland navigation in Europe and to complete the very process of harmonization of standards, rules, and regulation for the European inland navigational sector. Some few examples, just to mention it, we cooperate with the non-river organization. I mentioned already the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. We have a very good cooperation with the Organization of Black Sea Economic Cooperation that we started in 2000. Again, we have a good sectorial cooperation with the river commissions. This I will mention the Rhine Commission, Sava Commission, Mosel Commission. Even in sometimes this cooperation is general. And as a content we have the exchange of good practices. It still gives us the possibility to start some very important projects in that field. This is the listing of the sectorial cooperation. I also mentioned the cooperation with the European Commission. This I will mention the administrative arrangement with the DG Move that we started 3 years ago in 2015 with the idea to continue this kind of cooperation. The Danube Commission, the member states, we have the EU member state, but we have also non-EU member state, and it's very important to harmonize the regulation in that sense. The agreement with the DG Move with the European Commission give us the possibility to focus on the following pillars. We follow up the actions of the implementation of the master plan for the rehabilitation and maintenance of the Danube River. We try to contribute to the elaboration of technical standards and inland waterway transport, and we elaborate the international standards for navigation and in particular infrastructure maintenance, as well as we try to focus on the market observation as regards the Danube basin. I see that I am lacking more time because some more issues I would like to raise, but very briefly about that's another important project that we started last year, Dante, that is about improving administrative procedures and processes within the Danube inland water transportation. There are a lot of challenges and problems in that respect that we try to address. I have listed several of them: maintenance, the poor infrastructure, fairway parameters, depth limitation, interruption of navigation, critical conditions, old fleet, very hard new vessels are coming in the fleet on the Danube, environmental problems, administrative barriers, security, and economic efficiency. We have some new plans to start new lines of cooperation, and for that respect, we are engaged in a very deep and comprehensive process of modernizing the Danube Commission in order to fully respond to the current realities, geopolitical, economical, political, and hopefully this process will be a successful one. Thank you for your attention. Thanks once again for inviting us, and I will be happy to answer to some of your questions. Thank you very much.